Architects, pull up your Eames chair, put on those black spectacles, and pour yourself a piping hot cup of strong black coffee, because we're about to delve into unfiltered conversations with architects from all over the world discussing all things health and wellness. So if you're an architect that's been searching for more balance, more fulfillment, and more overall health and happiness, turn up your hearing aids just a notch, because we've got the answers. I'm your host, Morgan Chihuaga, a licensed architect, stress management consultant, and founder of The Healthy Architect. Grab your trace paper and let's dive in. You see, it is scientifically proven that individuals that manage their stress sleep better. Wouldn't you like to sleep better at night? Wouldn't you like to stop waking up at 2 a.m. in the morning thinking about your red lines and deadlines? Individuals who manage their stress improve their cognitive function. You see, it is scientifically proven that individuals that manage their stress improve their cognitive function. They now are able to make clear and decisive decisions moving forward. There is less brain fog. They feel happier and less irritable, probably at the contractor, right? Because they are able to control their emotions. They're able to control how they move forward. They're not reacting, they are responding. They feel happy and less irritable. They have an overall, most importantly, they have an improved quality of life. So, you as the architects, as the design professional, when you learn how to manage your stress, your life is going to get better. Okay, architects and design professionals, I hear it all of the time. Architecture is stressful. The architecture industry is stressful. Architecture is stressful. And yes, while I agree with this statement, I also think we, as the architects, as the design professionals, have to take some accountability. Okay, more than some accountability, we need to take a majority of the accountability. What if, just what if, architecture wasn't as stressful as we originally thought? It was really our lack of knowledge on how to manage the stress of architecture. Mind blowing, right? What if, just what if, all the stress we as architects, as design professionals experience day in and day out could be managed? What if that stress could be minimized? What if we, as architects and design professionals, could shorten the time we were stressed out about all of the red lines and all of the deadlines and use that time for something more productive? Like designing the west entry of the building, or reviewing and executing that pay application that sat on your desk for too many weeks. Or, I don't know, maybe being uber present with your daughter who just picked up a new hobby of archery. What if architects were taught to move through the stress cycle at a quicker speed rather than doing what we do now, which is move from trigger to response back to trigger to response to trigger to response, and never actually closing the stress loop? Side note, did you know, I find this so interesting, so freaking interesting. Did you know that police officers, medical professionals, lawyers, first responders, I could go on and on and on and on, before they graduate from undergraduate degree or graduate degree or getting their PhDs, before they graduate, they are all taught scientific strategies to reduce their stress. Think about it. Okay. First responders, firefighters, they're in buildings that potentially are about to collapse and kill them as well as others. That is stressful. How do you think they respond to that stress? They are taught scientific, evidence based strategies on how to reduce their stress when they're in buildings that are about to collapse. Think about it. Police officers, sometimes they have guns pulled on them. That is stressful. Their body is going into a stress response. Medical professionals, your doctors, your nurses, they are sometimes in high intense situations, right? Some of them work in ERs, some of them go into surgeries that are 3, 5, 7 hours long. That is stress, my friends. That is extreme stress. And they are taught in school before they graduate how to minimize, how to manage that stress, because it is that important. The same for lawyers and many other professions. And that's exactly why I'm here. So let's put yourself there for a moment. Let's put yourself into a stressful situation. Okay. So imagine, and I'm going to show you what it could look like when you learn scientific evidence based strategies on how to manage your stress. So imagine you're in an OAC meeting being thrown under the bus for the third time, third meeting in a row by the contractor. You've been under the gun for weeks answering RFIs that were clearly detailed in the contract documents, but the contractor is relentless and doesn't mind speaking poorly about you in front of the team, in front of the owner, in front of your consultants. And you are stressed and angry because you've worked overtime on this project specifically, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Now, if you don't know how to properly manage your stress short term, you may blow up. You may react in an irrational way and an unprofessional way, and you might say things that aren't actually true. This may impact your relationship with the owner and so many other things. Long term, that stress may impact your sleep. You might be having reoccurring looping thoughts about that actual conversation at 2 a.m. at night and not be able to go back to sleep. It may impact how many double scotch, is that even a thing? Double scotches you pour every Tuesday night, every Wednesday night, every Thursday night. It might impact your alcohol intake. It may impact the relationship you have with your significant other, or the dinner conversations or lack thereof you have with your family or children. You see, stress isn't just in one situation. Stress is this tricky thing that seeps into every other part of your life if you do not manage it properly. So things that happen in an OAC meeting actually seep into your personal life, seeps into your bedroom, seeps into your dining room table. Now, I want you to imagine something else. I want you to imagine that you are using, in that OAC meeting, you're using evidence based scientific strategies to manage your stress, not only during the meeting, but before the meeting and after the meeting. And when the contractor's throwing you under the bus actively, you're practicing these stress management techniques. And you respond in front of your team, in front of the owner, and in front of the contractor with confidence, clarity, and professionalism. Pretty impressive, right? You no longer let the stress of that meeting dictate your future. You go home that evening at 5 p.m. because all of your work is complete and the rest can wait until tomorrow. You hug your significant other just an extra few seconds and have a fruitful and present conversation with your kids over dinner. I am here to tell you all of this can be yours. I'm here to tell you, as an architect or a design professional, learning how to manage your stress will change your life. It will change your relationship with architecture. It will change your relationship with owners, contractors, and consultants and your coworkers. It will change your relationship with your spouse and your children when you learn how to manage your stress. I've created the Stress Management 101 for architects and design professionals specifically for you. This masterclass is for you if you're working 24/7 or you're thinking about work 24/7 and you don't know how to close the stress loop. This masterclass is for you if you didn't know there were 4 different types of stresses architects and design professionals experience. This masterclass is for you if stress has taken a toll on your personal life and you're ready to take charge. Do not miss this masterclass. It is occurring Friday, November 22nd, 12 to 1:30 p.m. EST. Don't wait because the prices will double on the 20th. Also, there's going to be some juicy Q&As at the end of this masterclass. You do not want to miss that. And a special gift for you at the end of this masterclass. If you can't make the live class, don't worry. Everyone will receive a recording to be watched at their leisure in perpetuity. I'll place the link in the comments below. And if you're listening to this episode after the live event of November 20th, you can purchase the replay as well. I'll link that below as well. Architects, design professionals, stay happy, stay healthy, and keep creating impactful architecture. I'll see you at the masterclass. Architects, this podcast is the culmination of the most creative minds in the world. The planning and programming of this content is extensive, and I'm proud to be a small part of the change that's happening in our profession. If you want to be a part of this change, the very best thank you can give The Healthy Architect is giving us a 5-star review and sharing this episode with a colleague. When you give us a 5-star review and you share this podcast, you are playing a role in changing our industry, one architect at a time. Be happy, be healthy, and take action towards a more fulfilling career. See you next week on the Healthy Architect Podcast.